This day, March 2023, the 5th day on the Camino de Santiago begins. With a fantastic breakfast at the albergue in Puente la Reina. Finally, what a breakfast. Looking back, I'd like to say it ranks within the top 3 best breakfasts on the Camino. There was everything at hand. Various fruits, cereals, bread, toast, various jams, honey, eggs and more. Coffee? Of course. You know me. The Camino makes little sense if you don't start it with a good cup of coffee. I know you internet junkies out there want to know where this nice place is when you are on the way. Link to the albergue you will find in the description below. Ah, the internet brings us all together. You wanna say hello to the internet?
Hi, internet.
There he was, Karl, the fastest Welshman I know personally. We met here. This is our room. Mike, Karl, Pablo and I had a long chat here last night. And one thing I noticed about Karl right away, that this guy is open-minded. For him, this is not just a challenge or a search for answers. For him, it's all a journey of consciousness. Mike, for his part, realized that day that he was carrying way too much baggage. Each room has a name, and it fits 100% that we were in the magical encounter room. I leave another goodbye in this book. And then it was time to hit the road. It's kinda hard for me, hiking every day over 20 kilometers. Somehow, life folds like origami. And the folds are in the feet. That's where it hurts the most. Yes, so this morning I left Puente la Reina at 8:30, 2.5 hours behind schedule. So what? Today is a 4 to 5 hour march on the schedule. I will be taking a few breaks. I hope to be in... Where was I going again? Never mind, Sebastian. You can make a mistake. Oh, a fork in the road, like at the beginning in Saint-Jean. That was a long time ago. But it's okay to be baffled. To be honest, that's why you are here, isn't it? That's why we are all here. And as Indiana Jones learned, the cross marks the point, I'm learning the arrow marks the way to get there. So again, how was this morning? Yes, this morning I left at 8:30 in Puente la Reina. Of course, I still forgot my walking stick. I was already over the bridge and had to turn back to get it. I am 2.5 hours behind schedule, so what? I have 4 to 5 hours of hiking ahead of me today. With breaks, of course. Then I'm at maybe 6-7 hours. So I'll be at my destination by 2 or 3 p.m. That would be good. Then I can still do laundry. Today I will take it easy. Easy going. My body is slowly getting used to the strain. Nevertheless, my blisters on the left and right toes still hurt. I guess that's a part of it. And every now and then I send little messages to my home. Somehow it's also fascinating for me that this way is so connected to the rest of the world in this day and age. With the rising sun? No, that's not quite right. I just hope that I arrive around 3 p.m. in Estella. That's when I really need to do laundry and maybe do a little shopping. So, fellow pilgrims, we can do this, right? We can do it. What am I doing here? This picture could ask exactly this question. In the next town, Manero, that's actually just a village, there's a supermarket. You wouldn't believe it. I celebrate that. You're out and the sunlight is getting warmer and warmer and all you really want is a cold drink. But before that came Karl. I was taking a shot of a church when he yelled from behind, "Sebastian!" The rest is history. Hey.
Did you leave an iPhone charger?
No.
Okay. Because someone's left an iPhone charger in the hotel. I think it's Michael.
Okay, I asked him if he had taken the charger. He had. And then he was off again. Karl embraces every place and every opportunity. And I embrace cold drinks. At a bus stop, I pause and drink my delicious sparkling lemon drink. And then we continue. Outside the village is a cemetery. The graves are mostly above ground in some kind of stone structures. The distance to the other side seems to be closer here in Spain. I will soon see those places more often. There is a hill, and then you build a small town on it. The highest building is of course the church, good to defend against attackers in the Middle Ages, difficult to climb for harmless pilgrims of modern times. Those damned wimps. Fortunately, they knew how to compensate this. At least since the 60s. And that's why immediately after this downhill part, you'll find another well-known landmark of the Camino, the Hippie Rest Area. But even if one wants to uphold the basic idea of a world-spanning community, one often finds oneself unintentionally forced to bow to capitalist rules. In the off-season, there was no one here. There was nothing to eat and no company. So, nothing to earn here. I'm quite honest. A bit of a rest and relaxation, especially with regard to one's own ideals, does every hippie good. And so do I enjoy it.
Hi. Hello.
Finding this place at this spot came as a bit of a surprise to me, because of course I knew it from documentaries and movies about the Camino de Santiago. So I sit down and enjoy the surroundings. There were bookshelves, wooden seating. What struck me the most of all was that this place was very, very large. I was all alone here today. It's often the case on the Camino. I was all alone without anyone else. I only see very few other pilgrims now and then. But especially here in this square, I think it is a very valuable experience to share with many different people this atmosphere. Before I leave a little message to my family. I often do that on the Camino. What I write down consists of the following elements. For what qualities do I love my family? What do I wish for my family? And for what am I grateful? That is, what has my family given to me? Then I go. It's not far to Santiago. It's a piece of cake. Ha! Ugh. My feet. I'm feeling my feet more and more. But this place here has inspired me. I feel somehow really good and cheerful as I walk on. I'm leaving the place with a pleasant name, Lorca. I have often talked with a guy from Norway. Again and again we met today. Then we sat together once longer and had a drink. Then he told me that his sons are DJs, famous DJs. Right now they are professionally active in Barbados. They perform together with famous DJs. So let's continue through the open country. And there comes another place on a hill. You remember? A hill. Let's build a church at the top and people can settle around it. So I go uphill again, admire the church, and then downhill. Curiously, Estella is in a valley. That makes no sense. And as the town is maybe younger than the others. So what do I know? Honestly, I'm too tired to research it. I'm glad to get there. So I go through the half of the city, over the bridge, then left to the hostel. I open the wardrobe, put my shoes in, and put away my walking stick. My mood lifts a bit because I think it's nice and cozy here. Look, I get a warm welcome again. And yes, I immediately take a cold drink from the fridge. I get a bed on the second floor and everything looks super clean and modern. The bathroom is a dream, really. Taking a shower becomes one of my new hobbies here on the Camino. First of all, I rest a bit. Then I explore the city because I'm hungry. In one of the narrowest pizzerias in the world, I order a pizza Hawaii. And yes, I do not show it now because it looks a bit like a better frozen pizza from the supermarket. Yet tasty and yeah, it's okay, I would say. In the hostel, I spent the evening with Mike, Karl, Pablo, the Greeks, who I think are not Greeks at all, but never mind, and a large group of South Koreans, whom I have met more often on the way. And they are also becoming a part of my heart family here on the Camino. Now, let's enjoy my recap video. I report late at night from the albergue, the Agora hostel, and I'm whispering, because all the other pilgrims are in their beds right now, trying to sleep. And I'm the last one down here, the last still drinking water. But I'm about to go to bed soon. Yes, the day today was beautiful. It started at 5:30 or 6. Then we all got up. Afterwards we all wasted a lot of time, because everybody wanted to have a lot of breakfast. And I thought to myself, I have to eat breakfast too. I haven't eaten good stuff in the morning for days. I had cereals, I had 2 eggs, I had a banana and an orange. I had coffee. I had 2 fat sandwiches that filled the whole plate. And I had strawberry jam on top. And mango jam. I had to have that. I finally had to eat something. I then crossed the bridge and remembered that I had forgotten my stuff. I went back to the hostel and got the walking stick and went on. Karl lay down again. Karl said he would leave later. He would catch up with all of us anyway. He leaves at 10 or so. That's enough. Because he really wanted to run in the sun. In Britain, he has enough rain. I then simply walked away. I had little pain. I enjoyed the landscape. Then I passed through various small towns. I looked again and again for a supermarket to buy water. In one place I filmed a church. And suddenly I heard behind me, "Sebastian!" Then I turned around and suddenly Karl is standing in front of me. We talk briefly and then he hurries on. He calls out, "Now I'll catch up with Mike. See you." An insane speed he has. And at a hippie rest area, I came to rest a bit, obviously. I must have taken a break there for an hour. It was a very alternative looking place, with wooden seatings and cabinets. They just put them there randomly. My thoughts there often went around this following topic. If you as a human being reflect and consider yourself to have a sensible moral compass, and many people confirm that to you, you are okay. Then you approach people with a certain friendliness and an open heart. And yet, some people don't notice that, or it is even deliberately exploited. There are people who see the exact opposite of what you are in reality. Of course, everyone has bad sides and makes mistakes, but still you are overly badly portrayed as someone you wouldn't want to meet yourself. You look at yourself and you think, I'm not like that, you're not that terrible, but you are seen and portrayed like that by some people. And you think, why do they see me like this? What have I done? Then you might think of something that triggered them. But in the end, it's often a game in the other person's head. They see you like that. It doesn't matter what you do, and you can't help it. This is all formulated a bit generally by me, but maybe you recognize yourself a little bit. Everyone experiences their own individual stories. Maybe sometimes you expect a reward for morally good behavior, or for being good. If you behave well, you are friendly, then perhaps there is also an expectation associated with it, in the sense that the other person should see it the way you mean it, and should then also reflect it. But sometimes this mirror is broken, or it is not there at all. Then you wonder, or maybe you are even disappointed. By the way, the hostel here is really nice. The shower offers a wonderful temperature regulation between cold and warm. Yesterday the showers were only cold, which was also cool. Cool. Yes, and today a really top modern furnished hostel for a little more money. I think 19 euros a night. Very good. I can recommend it. Here again, the name. On the way it became warmer and warmer. At some point I took off my jacket and tied it on my backpack. I then passed through small towns, each time with a steep climb, then down and then up again. I met a guy from Norway. We talked every now and then. He took a break, I walked past him, and we talked briefly. Later, I took a break, he passed me, and we talked again. And in one place, it was like I was looking for a supermarket, but there was none. There was only a vending machine. I took a water, sat down, and then the guy from Norway came again and joined me. We talked. And then there was another strange moment where I thought, what is this now? A strange moment of parallelism in my mind. I put my words together in order. When I knew what I wanted to say, I began to open my mouth to speak. And at the moment, he began to speak. And he told me with the words in the exact order what I wanted to tell him. It was exactly the same, down to the single word. And then I was completely astonished and told him, that's what I wanted to tell you just now. And he then said like this, yes, that happens here on the way. That's what's happening here. It was about a story on the Pyrenees, which he experienced exactly the same as I did. He was traveling with a German nun. At some point, at the end of the trail, he was very thirsty. He was out of water, he was just very thirsty and couldn't think of anything else. And the nun told him, don't worry, God will take care of everything at the right time. Yeah, what else could a nun say at that point? But then there was this one faucet where he could get water. It was the same faucet that I hugged, like that at the Roland Spring, it's called. And he was overjoyed to finally be able to drink water. We shared our memories about the event. I then moved on through the country. It was still 1 to 2 hours to Estella. Just like that, in the last hour, my feet were hurting a lot. And I developed the thought that I will make a day break in Logroño. And this thought is also shared by some other pilgrims. Let's see how I feel then. Tomorrow, I will go to Los Arcos. That's about 5 hours. That means, in my case, about 8. I'm just taking a lot of breaks. What should I do? I make videos and I have to drink a lot of water. But finally I arrived in Estella around 3:30. And I was haunted the whole time by the thought that yes, I still have to do my laundry. I really needed to do my laundry today. And I thought I still have to find a washing machine, a dryer, or I have to hang up my laundry somewhere, and that would take a few hours until it's dry. Then I met the man at the front desk, Alfonso, and he told me, by the way, we wash the pilgrims' clothes. So we wash your clothes too. We dry your clothes and we bring them folded to your bed. And I just stood there and thought, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. So I was able to rest and sleep for an hour. And then I went down. Actually wanted to eat something in town. But there was a big group sitting around the table. Some South Koreans, whom I had seen several times before. They were sitting here with Mike, Karl, Pablo. By the way, Mike and Karl were already here at 12:30. Unbelievable. And then there was a couple from Greece. We sat together, drank wine and ate strawberries. That was nice. And now I'm tired. And I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we are going to Los Arcos, early start, so I plan to leave early, which I won't be able to do anyway. But it doesn't matter. The main thing is that I get a good breakfast. So I see you tomorrow on the way to Los Arcos. You're on YouTube, right? Then leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. We continue our pilgrimage tomorrow. See you then. Ciao.
Wir pilgern morgen weiter. Bis dahin.